for you.
Let us talk.
We have a question here, Michael.
Back to your locker room. I won't get so serious, but is there? I mean, we all think there's obvious things going on in the locker room. Is it really true? Do those obvious things go on? Do you like really have an idea of who is or who isn't gay? Do you have suspicions? Does it come out? Do you all hide it? Do you protect them? Like, I don't know. And then if they did, is it really that big of a deal?
I think it depends on the sport and it depends on the community. You know, in a sport like wrestling that has a lot of very close physical contact, I think a lot of athletes are forced deeper into the closet, so that, you know, I would never know if one of my teammates was gay because they would never feel comfortable even hinting at it to anybody. Whereas that may not be true for less contact-based sports. Sure, yeah, you know, maybe you tell one person, and maybe it's you know, some people may know, some people don't. I think also it depends on, like I said, the culture. So there are a lot of sports teams in a lot of parts of the country that, you know, it could be not a contact sport, but the culture of the community is not such that a person would ever feel comfortable coming out. So I think it depends on those two things.
And do you think it's also generational? It seems like this younger generation, not much younger, but younger, a little bit. It's just not such a big deal anymore about, you know, some of the issues that our generation thinks are such big, you know, it's softening, it seems.
Absolutely. I think that's a byproduct of more awareness. I think that, well, what I found is there's actually, at least in athletics, there's still a heck of a lot of division when it comes to political beliefs, religious beliefs. You know, I've had a lot of conversations with athletes that just sort of devolved into a yelling match, and little was accomplished. And I think that that's a reality that, you know, I am very much aware of, that there will be people that I try to reach who do not want to be reached, who no matter what I say to them politically or religiously, they won't understand where I'm coming from. I think where we can build the bridges is when we make it about respect, right? So regardless of what your political persuasion is or what God you pray to, I think we can all agree that we should treat each other a certain way.
We have one more question here.
First of all, I would like to just commend you for being 23 and for doing what you're doing. I find completely amazing.
I was gonna let it stay, but I'm actually 24.
He's 24.
I agree, 24. At 46, it still sounds like a baby to me, so congratulations. Two-part question. I read in your bio that the movie Milk inspired you. That'd be question number one. And number two, I'd like to ask your fiancé, what was your reaction when he decided to do something like this? What was your thoughts?
He stole my question.
Well, I think addressing question one will lead into question two. As much of an ally as I am, I wouldn't be the person I am or the ally that I am, really, if it wasn't for Lea. As confident as I am, as confident as I am in what I'm doing and who I am, having a partner that is there to support. You know, if I say, you know, hey, my teammates are saying this, I want to speak out, I want to correct it. That's still a scary thing for me, even though there's really little possible ramifications of doing so. But she has always been a driving force, and we always, I think, have pushed each other to grow more and to question everything. You know, whether it's our word choice about even using the word straight, you know, that's really heteronormative, and you know, we shouldn't use that.
Heteronormative?
Yeah.
I've never even heard that.
We just learn things every day here.
So
Hudson for president.
Exactly. Hudson Taylor for president.
So Lea and I have we've been together for 5 years. So I was an 18-year-old boy when we met. I'm still a 24-year-old boy, but We've definitely grown a lot together, and the movie Milk was actually the night I proposed to her. We just watched the movie Milk, so to give some backstory, because I think that the life of Harvey Milk embodies the type of life that I want to have with her. You know, when I see somebody fighting for what's right, fighting for, you know, if they see injustices in the world or people being discriminated against, I think that we have a duty or a responsibility to try to change that. And I think that Harvey Milk did that. And that's why we watched the movie Milk. I actually, I got her a Martin Luther King book called Why We Can't Wait, and gave that to her afterwards. You know, some more symbolism in there. And yeah, and then Lea, take it away.
Lea, I know, right? So Lea, what did you think when he started this whole athlete ally thing, all of the things that he's fighting for? He's on television all the time. Where are you coming from with this?
I think my role has just been to encourage him and to help inspire him and to remind him that as a heterosexual straight male, he's in a very unique position of privilege, especially as an athlete. At the University of Maryland, there's maybe 30,000 students. You were such an elite athlete in that community. You had an important place in the campus. And I just constantly reminded him of you know, this is not one of my favorite words, but there's a certain clout that accompanies that status. Especially at that kind of impressionable age in those college years. And as a woman, a non-athlete, I was just a regular kid, I was very aware of the unique position he was in. So I just encouraged him to make the most of it and use his voice to stand up for what he believed in. You know, we would have conversations at home, and then we would go out. And I saw that people would listen to him. If he said, don't use that word, everyone would stop. And some people would, you know, give him a little pushback, and others would stop using the word. So I was just there to remind him and empower him and support him and criticize him and, and all those good things. And so, you know, that's me.
Well, I mean, honestly,
my goodness.
congratulations
Right.
to you too. And we thank you for supporting her in this. And
Let me just
thing.
put in a plug for Lea. That's not all you. She was valedictorian at Lafayette, and she just graduated from GW Law. That's
First lady.
So
What a lovely.
it's interesting because, you know, being a black man and you know, the civil rights struggle and everything, and it was interesting when you look back in history, and it was so powerful when, you know, you had the white population that came in and really supported the civil rights struggle for getting equality for black folks and stuff. And that's when it really pushed it over the edge. And I really want to commend you, and I think that's part of the reason why we're having Qtalk, to be able to have the conversation between the straight and the gay community so that, you know, people that want equal rights can come together, right? It's not about gay or straight, it's really about equal rights. So, you know, to Leah's point, right, I just want to thank you to be, you know, for coming up and really fighting for what's right, you know, because sometimes it can be hard, especially in a community like the sports community, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult, but I guess in my eyes, I always think of it like, one, what's the alternative, right? And two, for me, speaking out as an ally will always do more good for others than it could ever do harm to myself. You know, yeah, maybe I'll get a...
Yeah.
You know, maybe I'll get a nasty email from somebody who's not happy with what I'm doing. But, you know, I think that I get emails from closeted athletes almost every day saying, you know, thanking me for being an ally, thanking, you know, telling me that now they feel comfortable participating in sports. Now they feel a little bit more comfortable being themselves. And, you know, I think it's really easy to be an ally. You know, you don't have to do a lot. You don't have to be in marches. You just show your support in a vocal way, and a lot of change can happen as a result.
But so thank you so much for this. So what's next for Hudson Taylor?
Hudson Taylor. What's next?
I like the echo. That was good. Well, there's a couple things. I mean, right now I'm completely devoted to making Athlete Ally everything I know it can be, I know it should be. So in the next year, I'm going to try to really grow the organization, both, I guess, the website. I have a pledge on there that I encourage every member of the sports community to really do their part to combat homophobia. We have over 3,000 signatures now from ADs, coaches, athletes. Really excited about that. I'm going to be turning that pledge into a database so that if you're a closeted athlete from somewhere in the country, you can go here and you can see where the safe spaces are in sports. Right? You can see that this entire football team signed the pledge, so maybe this is a space where I can feel a little bit more comfortable coming out. Mm-hmm. That's one thing. I mean, I deferred law school for a year, so just everything's happening. Everything's moving a million miles a minute with Athlete Ally, and I'm just constantly amazed at the reaction that I've been getting. I feel like I have to take this further. I have to do more because there is a lot of work to be done. I mean, this past week we did have a lot of people in sports start to come out, and that's great, good momentum, but there's still not a lot of straight allies who are speaking out, and that's something that I hope to change in the next year.
Well, listen.
Well, listen, it's not a bad idea. You can make money for the foundation.
I'm photographing him on Thursday.
Yes, I bet you are. Well, you two couldn't be lovelier. What a wonderful.
So the website, athleteally.com?
.com.org. It started as .com. I'm making it. It's .org. I mean, we got our it's pending the nonprofit status. So .org. Athleteally.org.
So go over there, read up about Hudson, and everything that we could do to help. Right. So Hudson, thank you so much.
Got it.
Lea, thank you so much. You're an incredible young man. You're incredible. We want to just thank you so much for everything you're doing. Isn't he great? So in 20 years, when I'm old and decrepit, and he's like, running for president, we've got to make sure to vote for Hudson Taylor. Right?
So wonderful. Our youth love it.
I know. I love it.
It's up for you.